We're back.
What's up?
It is episode 93 of the Metal Roundtable. Excuse me. I've been out for a couple of weeks. Episode 93 of the Metal Roundtable. I am Metal Rob, and with me, as always, is the great
Carcass John.
And also the great
Murky Waters.
Scott Murky Water. Hey, your music is coming through as noise, brother. I don't know what the deal is.
Oh, you know what? It's probably the air conditioner. Hang on.
Hey, don't criticize his music as noise.
I can't tell.
Some of us like noise.
It's just coming through as noise on my end. I don't know what.
Can you hear it now?
Like noise-em. I can hear it too.
I can just hear noise coming through.
You have some bleed coming from your phone, or you have a YouTube video open?
Nope.
Well, while we
Production
sort out
value.
our technical difficulties, welcome back to the show. I don't really have a whole ton of shout outs. I do have something different. Well, first of all, let's get back to basics here. I believe we have not one, but two unreadable logos. Do we not? And I'll let you go first.
I'm such a good influence.
Got 4 people watching. Can anybody guess? Or 4 people commenting anyhow.
What's up, Terry?
I'm going to get over to the comments here.
Yep. Somebody, Mark likes Murky Waters.
What's up, Robin? We're trying to guess the T-shirts. Can you guys guess the T-shirts?
Anybody have a crack at? Just take a crack at. Go Metal Rob first, and then.
Yeah.
Rob is wearing Worm. Holy cow!
Nice.
Robin Taylor for the. Oh, and TJ Lewis for
You got
the
yours.
win. He shoots, he scores.
Boom! That's right.
Nice.
So for those who are listening, the names are Worm and Mortorium.
Mortiferum.
There you go. That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what you
Mortiferum.
said.
Did TJ get both of those?
No, Robin got one.
Okay.
Not so shockingly, TJ got Mortiferum.
Right.
He has a pretty good severe angle, like unto myself, for the heavier music.
Well, I just discovered these dudes. We'll get into the topic in a minute, but this came in the Metalhead box a couple of months ago.
All right.
And I don't like to be the guy that wears a shirt when he doesn't know about the band. But in this case, I actually did that for the sake of the show because I wanted to do the logo thing with Carcass. But I actually have their Bandcamp page pulled up right now, and it is sludgy, doomy black metal from Florida. I dig it. I'm going to see if I can't order a tape from these guys on Iron Bonehead Productions.
Oh, dude, that's a brutal label. You need to order 2.
Okay.
Yeah, order 2. I'll take one.
All right. So, and you've got what? Mortiferum?
Mortiferum.
I know nothing about it. Tell me
Dude.
more.
Think of a heavier, sludgier blood incantation.
Iron Jaw kicks both of their asses.
Oh, okay. All right, James Tiberius Kirk, or whatever your name is.
Scott, with the very readable logo, but also the very kick-ass Dallas band featuring Todd Pack on vocals and
the Governor Rick Perry
on guitar.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Help me out here, Carcass, on the other dudes.
Randy Cook playing drums, who also played in Rotting Corpse for a while and a multiplicity of other bands.
Cool.
Jeff Brown.
What did you say? A what of other bands?
A plethora. I did. I said plethora.
Okay, I'm gonna have to rewind this when we're done. That is not what I heard.
What did you think I
Well,
said?
I can't say it. I'm not gonna repeat it.
I wouldn't have said.
I thought you said multi-P word.
That's what I heard too. Multi-pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never even think that.
I'm pretty sure if we go back, that's what you said. Anyway.
A multi what?
A plethora.
Yeah, no kidding. That's what I
I'm
was
sorry.
saying. I want to do a couple of shout outs real quick before we get started, and then we will get off and running. I want to have Dive Bomb Records, Matt from Dive Bomb, on the show soon, because part of what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about some Dive Bomb stuff, but he seems like a good dude, and we try to get him on, and we had a little scheduling conflict, but I want to do a label shout out to Dive Bomb Records, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But also, I've had a mutual friend. I've been friends with this dude for a long time. We've had lots of mutual friends. I've never actually met the guy. And this is Big Mike Richardson over in Fort Worth. He's always singing and playing guitar, and he's a big Priest fan and a big old school metal fan. But he brought me this. We've been doing a book swap, and I gave him my Iron Man Black Sabbath book, and he brought me this. I haven't read a page of it.
That almost looks like you. Is that your autobiography?
No. But I haven't read a page of it. I've heard it's pretty good, so I'm interested in checking this out. So shout out to Big Mike for bringing me the Rob Halford book. I'm excited to check that out.
Is that Big Mike in the Box of Rocks?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yes, it is.
He does like a Led Zeppelin tribute, and he does all sorts.
Man,
of fun stuff.
he's
I got
done.
Rob's book too.
Oh no, have you read it?
No, just got it.
Yeah, I'm same. Well, we'll compare notes when we're done. So who are you shouting out, Carcass?
Oh, I'll shout out you, because man, my dryer broke down a couple weeks ago, and I just happened to say the right thing. Gee, I need a cassette deck. Boom! Out of the voice from beyond says, I have cassette decks. And I told you today I was trying to sell some records because I needed to buy a dryer. You went, hold that thought. I have a dryer out in my garage just with your name on it.
Sure as hell do.
So shout out to you. And I just got back from since the last time we had a show. I visited my daughter out in Utah, and thanks to Gray Whale Records again in Taylorsville. Had a good time there. Dustin and the boys. Turns out they have a Dallas connection. They're in tight with the guys over at Josie Records.
Ah, cool.
So anyway, it's fun times, and I went back twice.
How about you, Scooter Waters? Who are you shouting out?
You know what? I have been buried in a computer for the last week and a half doing scanning, nothing but scanning. I have almost 1,000 high-res scans that I've been working on, and that's pretty much what I've done.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to anybody, haven't gone anywhere, haven't done anything. I've pretty much been buried in a computer screen.
So you're probably just glad to see. You're probably just glad to see our ugly mugs.
I am glad to take a break. I really am.
Well, I want to do. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
That's all right. I'm just almost done. I had to scan all these books from 1984 through 1996. I'm sorry, so 2006, and I'm on like 2005 right now. So
woo,
I'm almost there.
That's a big job. I want to do something different before we get into the meat of the show, and then I'm going to go quick during the show because I've got a big stack, and I don't want to keep Monkey Butt here till midnight. We're going to do a giveaway. This band from Casper, Wyoming called Rot. Very clean thrash metal. The production is fantastic, top notch, very clean vocals. You can understand every word that he says. This is limited to 1,000 on blood red vinyl, Body Bag Records. If you will screenshot that you shared or liked or did anything on their Facebook page, show them that you shouted us out on their Facebook page, or show me that you shared it, their Facebook page, whatever. Message me personally, and I will send you a record and some stickers for free in the U.S. only. How about that? Free rock record.
I listened to my free rock record a while back. I love it.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it too. It was very good.
Yeah, you got one while you were here, I believe.
Yep.
I sure did.
Well, let's get into it, boys. The show today is episode 93. We are coming up on the iconic number of 100, and we already know what we're going to do for that. But today, we're going to talk about recent additions to our collections, and I will take the liberty of going first. I know you boys are most.
I forgot what number 100 is about, though. Is it number 100 where we all are on the stripper poles? Is that the one we're doing?
Yes,
Those are-
dude. You don't
You,
have to
you
let the
tipped
cat
your
out of the
hand,
bag
man.
right
It was
now.
supposed to be a surprise, Scott.
TJ's watching. He's young. He can't hear stuff like that.
Oh, sorry, TJ.
I'm sorry, TJ. So I'll start us out. I'm a big CD guy. I know you guys have way more vinyl than I do, so my stuff is going to be all CDs, and I'll go pretty quick. I'll just start off with a couple. Is that cool?
Go for it.
These Black Sabbath reissues that came out a few years ago, 09 to be exact, I've been picking these up one by one. There we go. The most recent one I've picked up is Master of Reality. I have several of the other ones. Not only are the remastering jobs of the albums faithfully done, they sound fantastic, but they've also got bonus tracks like demos, live shows, and this is top-notch shit. This is not some thrown together BS. Sanctuary did a kick-ass job on this, and yeah, so I can't recommend these remasters enough. The deluxe expanded editions in this series are out of this world. And then I'll move on to another one real quick. Sorry, I'm very organized, guys, and I'm getting out of my organizational circle here. So the next one.
Wait a minute. You're organized? What's going on with you, man? You're acting weird.
I can't handle disorganization.
Next, you're going to be telling us you have a list.
Oh
no, Carcass is the one that's got the list.
Oh.
Would you please stop it?
All right, Gary, I got you, man. And if you weren't Gary, if you weren't the first one, I have 13 copies of this thing, so I'll send you one regardless. My next one, and I'll be real quick. Like I said, I love all things Winery Dogs and Richie Kotzen related. This also features Adrian Smith. This is a brand new album. It just came out a month or so ago. Smith Kotzen. It's a little Winery Dogs. It's not really Maiden. It's definitely more Winery Dogs and bluesy hard rock than anything. But this just came out on BMG. I absolutely love it. This will be one of my top 2021 albums. Booyah.
There you go.
Wow. Okay. Well,
I love it.
Glad you like it. Okay, Rob, is it my turn? Or are you still going?
Go for it.
Do it. No,
I was going to tell you those Black Sabbaths are incredible, and the thing I like about them is even the B-side stuff and the stuff that you know like the outtakes, the studio outtakes, are mastered and they sound great.
Yes,
it's weird to hear the songs you're familiar with different lyrics or a different guitar solo or a different piano intro, and yeah, those things are phenomenal. Well, sometimes, and some of us love cassettes still, and I love cassettes. So sometimes I'll buy. I will admit, I bought 3 cassettes purely on the packaging, and it turns out that the music's great too. This is by a band called Shovelhead, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's yeah, it's itty bitty, but it's got this weird. But check this out. You pull it out, and it's got like an insert card, so it's got the Shovelhead logo, and then it's got this weird kind of like a hologram type card in it. And I bought it just because it looked so cool, and I thought it was good inspiration for some of my art. Turns out it's really killer. Here's another one. I think this is, and I don't even know what the name is. I think it's called Hive Mind. They're from Minneapolis. I thought it was a cool looking cassette. And then it turns out that you take it out and it's like screen printed on the outside, and the J card has a different graphic to it. And then you put them together and it comes up like that. Yeah. So here's another one. And
I have a copy of Aerosmith Permanent Vacation like that, where the logo is printed on the case, not on the insert.
Here's a I don't even know. This is an unreadable logo. I can't even read that. Anybody?
O-R.
Yeah, I don't know. RX. This is the Colorado band that I was telling you about. Anyway, it has this great screen printed outer slip cover, and I bought it because of that, and the music's crushing. And then talk about luck of the draw, a Frank Zappa promo tape, Ensemble Modern. The Yellow Shark.
Huh.
This is a Frank Zappa I've never seen or heard before, and it's a radio promo from 1993, and it's still sealed. And last but not least, Guillermo of Doom, Gigi of Doom from Forebode, the bass player. This was a band that he told me about from Massachusetts. I guess he's from the Boston area originally. Anyway, I found the cassette, and of all places, Taylorsville, Utah, and it's crushing. It's their original first demo. So,
man, you've got me into tapes, dude. I picked up a killer tape collection from Brad Amos at Deep Dallas Radio, and there are a couple of promo cassettes in there. I had forgotten that they did full album promo cassettes, and there's a Sabbath 2-tape promo in there that I'm pretty stoked about. I can't get right to it or I'd show you, but
well, the beauty of the beauty of cassette is it has the warmth of a vinyl, but it has the convenience of a cassette or of a CD kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
I dig it, man. I'll throw on a tape every now and then.
Yeah, and these are exceptional. And like I said, back in the day, we used to buy stuff just because of the cover. I remember the first time I saw Doomsday for the Destroyer by Flotsam and Jetsam, and I thought, this has got to be good.
Deceiver.
For the Deceiver. And anyway, whatever. Plethora.
Scooter, what you got?
I got some CDs. First off,
you got CDs?
I've got some CDs. I don't have any.
Amazing.
But I got the jewel case version of Iron.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dang, I need that.
Yeah.
I want that too.
I had to get this. I really like this album. I've been promoting it quite a bit. Matter of fact, I like it so much that very shortly on NoLifeToMetalRecords.com, we will have copies for this for sale. We bought a pile of these to sell. This is just a great album. It so needs to be on vinyl. I'm really hoping that their label, which is Underground Power, will consider that. We'll see. In any case, good stuff.
Did you get it online, or did you buy it when you were here?
Oh, I bought it. I got it directly from Rick.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, matter of fact, this is new too. He sent me this. So
what a great design. They've asked
another
me
guy
to
who
do,
did the artwork on this.
they asked me to do another one, but I just can't. I told Rick, I said, I don't think I can top that. But and he said, yeah, you're right. So
the artist is a real wanker, I've heard.
Oh,
yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Wanka. He's a wanka.
He's a wanka.
I got this independent release as well. This is a band I think out of Maine. Straightforward heavy metal. Again, not far off from what Iron Jaw is doing, but this is Authentic Descent.
Okay.
Gradually, then suddenly. And
not
much like the Iron Jaw, I liked it so much, I contacted the band. I'm like, hey, can I get some of these wholesale to sell on our site? So very shortly, there will be these on NoLifeToMetal.com, NoLifeToMetalRecords.com for sale. But yeah, this is it's an EP. It's got 6 songs on it, but it's fantastic. Old school heavy metal, not speed metal, not thrash. Just what I call heavy metal, what the youngins call hard rock these days, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually got into an interesting conversation with somebody on Facebook last week. I guess now Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and Saxon are no longer heavy metal. They are just classic rock.
What? No,
yes.
They're not.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
No.
Yeah. Anyhow, and I got this one. I just got this one in the mail today. This is a reissue, but it's the long box. Bride, Snakes in the Playground. It's not open yet. Probably won't be opened. I'll probably leave it sealed because I got the CD as well. But it came with those cards that they've been putting in all their releases. But the cool thing is the long box. If you get the long, it comes with an extra card. Look at it. It's kind of gonna be hard to see on here, but it looks kind of plain. Just looks like a picture of the band. But if I get the light going, do you see?
It's textured.
It's got a snakeskin texture on it, and it's got the logo in silver foil.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
And the back's the same thing. And so you got your silver foil logo, and I'm having a hard time with the glare. The snakeskin is printed, and then it's hard. It's going to really be hard to see. But around the edges, there's a border and the number of the card, which is 30. Anyhow, here's the other card that came with one of the other ones.
Nice.
And then one more.
Awesome.
So yeah,
cool.
those are cool. I like those trader cards. That's a nice inclusion, and you'd think they'd knock the prices up with that kind of stuff, but they haven't. They've kept the prices the same, so it's kind of nice.
It's awesome.
Anyhow, yep, 3 CDs. There you go.
What label is that on?
That is on Girder Music. GirderMusic.com is where you can get that from. If anybody's interested.
Cool.
Remastered by Rob Caldwell, actually.
I know that guy. He's a wanker too.
What a wanker!
Yeah, and it sounds really, really good. I mean, I thought the original sounded good, but this sounds better. It's got more low end. It's got a little more separation. I thought it did anyhow. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Plus, it's got a nice like 12 or 16 page booklet in it, which I think the other one had like a 4-page booklet in it. But yeah, it's got like photos and whatnot. So
yeah.
Anyhow,
mastering is easy whenever you've got a good foundation, and that's what they had. That was a great recording. So,
yep,
cool.
There you go.
All right.
3 CDs for me.
Nice. All right, I've got 5 here, but I'm going to go quick, because I'm going to shout out the label. This is again Dive Bomb Records, and somehow I ended up in my internet trolling through for music. I found Dive Bomb, and they were having a 10 for 40 sale. Brand new CDs, 10 for $40 plus $4 shipping. So I went and just listened to all of them, and I was like, oh man, well surely there'll be 10 bands I can tolerate for $40. Well, it was even better than that. Not only were the bands way better than I anticipated, the quality of these releases are fantastic. I was easily able to fill up my cart with 10. Well, then I went back a couple of weeks ago, and they were having just a regular sale, stuff that's normally $13.99 for $9.99 or $10, whatever. So I got 5 more. Man, I got that picture. I've been looking for that picture CD forever. John Perez turned me on to Picture. Those dudes, old school band that I didn't know anything about. But I picked up Electric Age, Picture. What is that? Pierce, the anthology, Holosade, and Crows. And I'm telling you, they're all great. You can listen on their page. Just go to Dive Bomb Records. You can check it out on their page. And they do nice reissues of stuff. That may be mostly what they do. I may be an idiot and don't realize that these are all reissues. But
Dive Bomb does new releases too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, I can't say enough about Dive Bomb. Came well packaged. The packaging, everything on these releases is just top notch. I'm extremely proud of this picture CD.
Hey, Papa Wayne wants to know if you raided my closet with your shirt design today. I guess
it kind of looks that way, doesn't it? Yeah. Papa
No,
Wayne,
it would look more like a dress on you. Sorry.
This was the next one in line. I have shirts that I've worn on the show and shirts that I haven't. And this one was next in line. And I admit I didn't know much about the band because I got the shirt in the Metalhead box. But I've done my research, and so now I'm officially qualified. Thank you for asking. All right, Carcass. What's up?
Okay, well, I was starting small with cassettes, and then now I'm gonna delve into the 7-inch and 10-inch realm, and then I'll start throwing records at you. The one thing about Deep Purple is I think they still just make good records.
Yes,
they make great music. And
Yes,
this is a 10-inch with an unreleased track, and it's on colored vinyl. So anyway, that was a real score for me. Once again, sometimes I find things that are so unique that I just have to buy them. I don't even know what they are, but I mean, come on, man. And this was in the dollar pile, and it's on Jet Records, which is this is Alan Price, baby of mine. I've never even played it, but I noticed it felt different in the package or in the cover, and I pulled it out and I thought, for a buck, I've got to score that. And this is a mixed bag, but Phil Anselmo is just brutal, man. This Scour with members of Pig Destroyer and some other bands, this thing just shreds. And
So good.
And he's put out the white, the red, and I guess this is the silver. Man, this thing is brutal, and it's so brutal, but it's good. And anyway, I openly admit I have an affinity for some of the 80s new wave bands or whatever, and I love the B-52s, and I love this song. And this is some obscure 7-inch, still sealed, and I couldn't pass on it because it was a couple bucks. And then our good friend Rob Doom down in Lake Jackson, south of Houston, set me up with this Heyoka 7-inch. Heyoka is a killer psychedelic rock band from San Antonio, and their stuff is super, super rare. Although I think Rockadrome released one of their albums, and oh yeah, and it has to be clear in order to be Heyoka. So, you know, once again, sometimes I guess I'm buying sort of on appearance, but I don't know. Sometimes that's how you find new stuff. So
Heck yeah, man.
Anyway, what say you, Scott?
I collect those 8x10 promo photos, those old glossies, you know, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do them much anymore, and I got a few of those, but two in particular that I've never seen before, and of course, you guys all know that I'm a huge Nugent fan, but I found this California Jam.
Oh, wow, that's killer.
From 78, so I thought that was really cool.
I saw you post that. That was cool.
Yeah, and then I also scored in 1996 Kiss reunion.
Oh, wow.
Hey, speaking of Nugent, how about that? It's a Ted Nugent, Chris Duarte Texas tour poster. I thought you might find that Dallas City Limits, Sneakers in San Antonio,
That's cool.
Sneakers in Austin, yeah, Hurricane Alley, and it's a signed print, numbered. But anyway, I thought said Nugent. I found this just recently, but sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh, that's all right. I was just showing the Kiss picture that's from '96 reunion promo photo. So, and then one more promo photo, and I've got a pile of records here, but I'll do the records when I go to the next runaround. But on Rock's Records, they are doing the reissue of Combat Faith. They were a local Albuquerque heavy metal band, speed metal band, whatever you want to call them. What would you say, Rob? Speed metal? Heavy metal?
Yeah, heavy metal.
And their guitar player died a couple years ago. And whenever we do these reissues, it's always hard to find pictures of it, these more obscure bands like Combat Faith. And we got a hold of the guitar player's widow, and she had this one really cool photo, and she was really concerned because it was like the only photo she had of him playing guitar. And it was just a little, 5x7 photograph, and she sent it to me, and it was deteriorating. I mean, you could tell it was an old picture from like the late 80s, early 90s, and it was a black and white, and the color was disappearing, and it looked like crap. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take that photograph, and what I did was I scanned it in, cleaned it up, then I made brand new 8x10 of it, and it's now I made it a sepia tone to give it a little bit of warmth, and I made a couple copies of this photograph, and I sent it to her and Rick's mom. So that's cool. Rick. That's Rick Buteau, guitar player, songwriter from Combat Faith, and yeah, he died a couple years ago now, 3-4 years ago now. So anyhow, I thought that was a cool photo that I just recently I got one for myself too, so I thought it was cool, and I thought I'd show it. So awesome. Combat Faith.
Right on. You're up, Mr. Organization.
Yes, I am. I'm making sure that I'm not missing any comments. Ha ha ha, you old bastards. TJ said. All right. Well, as we all know, even though I am Metal Rob, I am called Hair Metal Rob. I am called Album Oriented Rob. All kinds of things. But one of my favorite labels in the past few years is Frontiers. I love things hard rock, melodic rock, even off into AOR a little bit. But I've picked up 4 recent releases from Frontiers, including the new Shay Kane, which is fantastic. Think of a Vixen meets Joan Jett meets Modern Heart, maybe. Also, The Treatment. I just found out about these guys. Apparently, they've got several albums out. This is the 2021 album. Saw it featured on their site. It's pretty good. Nice, killer, hard rock. It's not banjo music like it looks like.
I was going to say, Wow, you're
Um,
really delving into the new world of music.
The End Machine feature, which this is basically Dokken with Robert Mason singing. It's good. It's as good or better than their first one, in my opinion. So I grabbed that. And also, the band with the funniest name on the show today, Temple Balls. That's right.
What the what the actual heck?
Almost got John to drop an F-bomb. So this thing just came out a few weeks ago. Dude, if you like that huge chorus, massive 80s rock sound, Temple Balls, dude, it is so freaking good. Scott, this is so up your alley. I can't even tell you. You need to check out Temple Balls.
What's the name of the album?
It's called Pyromide.
Temple Ball. Okay.
I know.
Hey, Scott, hey, Scott, you got Temple Balls? Hey. Oh.
Hey!
Okay then.
All right, my turn.
Let me do
Go
one
ahead,
more
keep
quick
going.
one. One more quick one, and then I'm gonna throw out two of our buddies, and then if we go long, I can take some of these out. I finally scored a copy of the latest Hellstar release, Clad in Black, which also includes, it's got 6 songs on it, couple covers. Black Wings of Solitude, which was written for Bruce Corbett, and then they re-released the Vampiro CD that's out on Massacre right now. Took me a while to get, man,
Production value deluxe.
yeah. Took me a little while to get a hold of one, but I'm glad I finally found one. And then also our buddy over at Born Late Records, Rotting Corpse, Solitude Eternus, Liquid Sound Company. This is his new, what would you call this? Psych rock, right?
Psych rock. Yeah. It's got
Love
some,
it.
It's got
The
some
artwork
atmosphere.
is
Yeah,
the
it's got
artwork
atmosphere.
is great. I saw the artwork long time before I knew about the album because you were working on it. But there's JP on the back. But man, this thing is really good. This is a little out of my norm as far as what I jam on. But man, I put this on. It's pretty killer, man. This is a badass record. So shout out to JP and Sound Company. And yeah, that's a good little record. Love it.
Let me show one thing real quick then, since you showed that, because this
Go ahead.
this is way off that. I just picked this up on vinyl.
Oh wow, that's a great like a compilation of old, isn't that
Yep.
B-sides and old demos and stuff?
Yeah,
Very nice.
live stuff, rehearsal stuff. It's it's all kinds of cool stuff.
Frazier says, Rob, you like balls. Oh, Frazier.
Get ahead, John.
I think
Oh
Frazier
my gosh,
carries a
I don't know.
taser,
I don't
so
know
I'm
if I
gonna
can
mess with
follow. I don't know if I can follow up with that. And just on as a word towards Liquid Sound Company, vinyl coming out soon, and it's going to have just a little bit of tweak to the artwork and a poster included, along with some other goodies, stickers, etc., etc. Okay.
Now wait a minute. So apparently there's Metal Roundtable bingo anytime I say Dokken. I'm seeing that in the comments.
Are you the Gordon Keith of the Metal Roundtable?
Yeah. And Frazier says, Rob, you like balls. And then Terry Sullivan says, beats bear nuts. And Scott, you're supposed to check out Satan's Fall if you haven't already. Straight up 80s style heavy metal. I need to check that out too, Baron Von Headbanger.
He's never sent us the wrong way. Anyway, okay, here I'm gonna get quirky on you. How many of you seen this record?
Osric Tentacles alert.
No, it's not an Osric Tentacles alert, but it is a Herb Albert alert. This is the Whipped Cream album. It's iconic. It sold millions and millions of copies back in the 60s. In fact, this is an American pressing. This is a Canadian pressing. I have a Mexican pressing.
The Whipped Cream Roundtable.
Yeah, and this gal, Dolores Erickson, who was I think 19 at the time, is still with us, and she'll sign this in the Whipped Cream for you. She's a very, very nice lady. And so when I see a copy, I pick it up. And I probably have 60 copies. But even back then, people were making fun of it. And I found this Pat Cooper, who's a comedian, Spaghetti Sauce and Other Delights. And I just thought it was so funny, and it was in the dollar bin, so you never know what you'll find for $1. But
that rules.
But thanks, a second shout out to Scott Murky. I'm not related to Roger Waters, because as we sat at the restaurant when he was here, he ordered this for me. And this thing, I've been looking for this thing for forever on vinyl. It's available overseas. It's about $1,000. I've seen several copies, and they're in really terrible shape. I do have the CD, which I think is one of the greatest rock records, as I told my brother-in-law, Terry Sullivan. And it's this killer kind of smoky black blue. Sounds phenomenal. So shout out to him for scoring that while we're eating Mexican food. I can't.
Good thing we did, because it sold out almost as quickly as he ordered it.
Yeah, as soon as we ordered it, it was gone. Like at what 500 or 1,500 copies out the door. But here's something else that Scott. This is adding to my collection. As you know, I have 2 Laserdisc players. Yes, I said Laserdisc. And Scott was benevolent enough to send me a Laserdisc of Sepultura Live Under Siege, live in Barcelona. This Pink Floyd in concert thing.
Dang.
Which is cool. And here's something I've never seen before: La Carrera Panamérica with music by Pink Floyd. And I have yet to watch this, but it's on my stack to watch. And then of course, I love the album of the Exit Stage Left, but here it is, live and in color with moving pictures. See what I did there? And then how can you not love DRI Live at the Ritz?
Oh wow.
This thing is like super violent, and as much as I love better production and of like a Blu-ray and the mix and so forth, I love Laserdisc just because they're vintage and they look killer.
Yeah, and they sound great.
So thanks.
You're welcome. I mean, there was the kind of thing I'm like, I thought they were really cool, and I liked having them in my collection, but I don't have a Laserdisc player. I'll never play them. So it's better to give them someone who can enjoy them and watch them than.
Good, and I will. And in fact, I just upgraded my system upstairs thanks to Tony Melito from Millennial Sound, and he helped me find a really killer receiver, and I just converted everything over to HDMI, including the VCR and the Laserdisc player, and it upconverts them to 780p. So that picture looks great, sound is stellar. So thank you, and I am going to watch that Pink Floyd thing. It's on my list.
Glenn Rogers is messaging me right now.
What?
Yep. I want to address a couple of comments real quick before Scott goes. So they're asking, first of all, TJ says to check out Tarantula Mountain. TJ, if you would do me the favor of messaging me a link, that would be awesome. And also Gary asks, have we heard Butterfly from Australia? Also, Gary, if you would message me that'd be awesome. And I'll share it with the guys. We are sexy. Absolutely, we are sexy. Yes, we are. You know who said that? Greg Hayes.
Who?
He knows.
Hey, Lazarus is watching us. Lazarus is a vinyl community legend. One of the guys who've been around the longest.
And he's offering you a Laserdisc player, Scott. Take him up on it. And no, you can't. No, you can't have your Sepultura back.
He gave all his Laserdiscs.
I gave all my. Actually, I did not. I still have the Creator one over there. So
yeah, that's the one I'm angling for. No, Lazarus, don't send him a Laserdisc player. Hey, bring it with you the next time you show up in Texas, and we'll have a Creator Laserdisc listening party.
Cool. Like it. Yeah, it's a live show.
TJ Lewis, there's the message. Woo! Love these guys.
Okay, Scott, you're up.
You're up.
Oh, okay. Vinyl.
Vinyl.
Let me get into this. This first one here is a bootleg. This is Slay 'Em All. Slayer, live, 1984. All early stuff. There's the back.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, Evil Has No Boundaries, Haunting the Chapel, Face the Slayer, The Final Command, Captor of Sin, Black Magic, Die by the Sword, Antichrist, Chemical Warfare, Fight Till Death, and Show No Mercy.
Jeez, that is a set list from hell.
Yep, so that's 1984, live from Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland. Sound quality's it's bootleg. It's not album quality, but it's listenable. It's not like annoyingly bad. It's one of those ones that after you start it, you get used to it real quick, you know. But yeah, it's not stellar, but it's still. I mean,
Is that done by the guy in the army jacket with the Panasonic under his sleeve?
I don't know. It sounds better
with a microphone up here on his hat.
It doesn't sound like an audience recording to me. It sounds more like maybe a soundboard recording or something like that. But who knows? It's hard to tell what the source could be on these things, you know. And then I grabbed the Iron Maiden, the seventh tour bootleg. Yeah, it's all mostly newer stuff on here, newer than 88. So Moonchild, Evil That Men Do, Prisoner, Infinite Dreams, The Trooper, Can I Play With Madness, Heaven Can Wait, Wasted Years, The Clairvoyance, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, Number of the Beast, Hallowed Be Thy Name, Iron Maiden, Run to the Hills, 2 Minutes to Midnight, and Running Free.
Is that a double?
It is a double. It is not a gatefold though. It's a double wide sleeve, and this was recorded in 1988. According to this, it says Market Square Arena, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh wow!
But who knows whether that's actually true or not?
Was that a store find, or did you find that online somewhere?
I picked this up from Hell's Headbangers.
Oh, okay.
We have late breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Glenn Rogers is going to be sending a few of their singles. I'm assuming these are vinyl.
Yep, they are 7-inch.
They're going to sign them and send us a few, and so we will have some giveaways.
Nice.
Love it.
Keep going, buddy.
All right, and then of course I got this one. Well, obviously John just showed it as well, but the new Voivod, or not new Voivod, but the new reissued Voivod, finally out on vinyl. Now they got to get Angel Rat out because that's the other one I want. It's just nearly impossible to find.
And to your point, I sort of dove off into the deep end on Voivod, and that Angel Rat is pretty killer too, man. I really like that album.
I love Angel Rat.
And I didn't give it
terribly deficient in Voivod. Terribly deficient.
Yeah, well, you can. Yeah, I have everything that they have now, including the bad stuff like Chronic and some of those. But come on over, we'll have a Voivod party.
And then I grabbed just one I was missing from my collection that I don't know why I got a couple different CD versions of this. I got the original pressing on Heavy Artillery. I've got the tour pressing that they did that's autographed. I just didn't have the vinyl pressing, and I found a copy for a decent price, so I grabbed Outer Isolation from Vector.
Is that still as mayhemic as the first two? I mean, is it?
This is the second album.
Or the second one?
Yeah, this is the second album.
I was thinking they had an EP and then a full length and then that one, right?
Yeah, they had an EP, then a full length, and then this one, and another full length, and now they're back together again and supposedly working on something new.
Wow.
So
that's freaking awesome.
There you go. Vector. I got a few more here. Let me go through them real quick. This is the Havoc EP.
It's got a couple of killer cover tunes on it.
Yeah, it does. It's got Arise, Sepultura, and Postmortem / Raining Blood.
Yeah.
You know you're a real Slayer fan when you put Postmortem and Raining Blood together because that's the way they belong.
That's exactly right.
Two more here. Two more new records. This is one you guys will recognize.
Yep.
Little Texas band. Love the Sun.
I recognize that belt line.
Careful.
What?
Easy.
There's a Carcass John cover.
Plethora.
But I picked this up on CD when I was out there, and I had to get it on vinyl because I listen to vinyl a lot more than CDs these days. So
is that the yellow copy?
Yes, this is yellow, limited edition.
Yeah,
yellow.
There's fewer of the yellow ones than the blue ones.
And then finally, this is the brand new album from Narnia vocalist. This is Christian Logren and his new album Melodic Passion, and this album is stellar.
Interesting.
Really, really good. Straightforward. It's not AOR. It's just melodic hard rock, melodic heavy metal, whatever you want to call it. Not quite the power metal or neoclassical sound of Narnia. Closer to the sounds that he was doing with his 90s band. What was the name of that band? Modest Attraction. Kind of more like that, but without all the they don't have the organ sound going on here. They don't have all the Hammond organ stuff going on. This is more, this would fit right into with the stuff that you were showing earlier, Rob. Oddly enough, the track order on the back is completely wrong from the actual album. So they printed a sticker on the front that has the track order on it. But from what I can tell, it's still wrong. So
If they had sent a screenshot to the artist, that wouldn't happen.
there you go.
Sounds like us, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. So I'll show one more here real quick because I'm excited that this one finally is out on vinyl and remastered and sounds a whole lot better than it did.
Yeah.
The Fifth Sacred Warrior, Waiting in Darkness,
Okay, cool.
with what was the guy's singer's name? Eli? Was that what his name was? Eli Colson, was that it? I'm guessing here, but let's see if I'm right. Eli Princeton. I was close. Got the first name right.
You're doing great.
There you go. So, yeah, this one's on. This is on retroactive. Really glad this is being. First of all, it needed the mastering on the original CD was a bit to be desired, and this sounds way better than the CD. You can't always say that about the vinyl. The vinyl doesn't always sound better than the CD, but in this case, the vinyl sounds better than the CD.
If you think of it, send me a link to the singer, the Narnia dude that you just showed.
Christian Logren.
Yeah.
Yep,
If you
I'll
think
make
of
it
that,
up.
send me that link. I'd like to check that out.
Yep, you got it.
Is it me?
It's you.
You.
All right, I'm gonna go through this last little stack pretty quick because I don't want to keep monkey butt here all day. I have rediscovered something. I'm a big Aldo Nova fan once again on the hard rock AOR side of things. I rediscovered this album. I had it back in the day, didn't care for it because I was a big fan of his second album, Subject. This one came out after that. Got it in a collection. Absolutely love it. Been playing this one a lot recently. So that's an oldie but a goodie that I've recently acquired. Scott, get your 80s metal ears open. I'll be shocked if you don't know this. Joker. Are you
Nope.
familiar?
I am familiar.
Okay, I freaking love this. Carcass will hate me because if he comes over and finds me listening to this, I'll have my spandex pants on and my frilly jacket. No,
Thanks for the warning. I appreciate the warning.
dude, this is straight up killer 80s metal. This is a reissue on Red Light Records. Came out some time ago. But anyway, I just discovered Joker somehow. Also, I picked up a couple of recent-ish reissues of from Music on CD, a couple of Tigers of Pantang.
Nice.
Yeah, these replaced vinyl copies that I had, and absolutely love these. Fantastically done. Music on CD. Love it. One that Carcass will be proud of, I think. I picked this out of... I was going through a record collection that I got in, and I'd seen this 1,000 times on vinyl.
That's a great record. It's classic.
I've bought it. I've sold it. Didn't know anything about it. Had never heard a note of it. I put it on the turntable, start playing it, and I got on my phone immediately and ordered the CD. So within 1 minute of hearing this, got online and ordered this. This is a BMG reissue from 2005. Two more. I'll be really quick. As you know, our friend and your label guy, Scott, Chris Manning, takes guitar lessons with Bruce Kulick and has for a couple of years now. And so Chris kept telling me, he said, dude, you got to check out that BK3 CD. He's like, you got to check it out. No matter what, you got to go on there, listen, check it out. Well, sure enough, I heard it and I ordered an autographed copy off of Bruce's site. It got here in a couple of days and it's great. Gene Simmons sings on it. John Corabi sings on it. Nick Simmons sings on it. It's got Steve Lukather on there. Anyway, this is a great record. I didn't know anything about it. Came out in 2010. And I'll leave you with one more that could be a little controversial. What do you guys think about this?
I like it. It's melodic, but a lot of people hate it. I thought it was experimental and fun.
I knew Creator. I've known about Creator forever and ever, and I know about their straight ahead, German thrash. I had heard that, this was controversial. A lot of people didn't like it. I threw it on and I pulled it immediately out of the sale pile. I love this album. I freaking love it. And I can see Carcass rolling his eyes. But
Well, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I just,
and it's not the same. I mean, it's a tale
No.
of two different bands almost.
Sure.
But oh my gosh, this just really hit a home run with me. So
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna pull that off the shelf and listen to it just for grins because you are touting it so highly.
I love it. I think it is so well done. All right, I'm done, boys.
Okay,
So you
well,
guys,
I've got some quick stuff. In fact, I'll go through the Gray Whale Utah Taylorsville Utah stack really quick, and then one that I found in a pile in searching at our favorite downtown Fort Worth record store. Anyway, this is a band, California Love, kind of a hardcore thing. I just thought it was so cool because this is all silk screened. It's got these crazy inserts. The vinyl's colored. Anyway, it's so DIY, it's ridiculous. So I really love it. So, and Taylorsville, Utah, a band called Exsanguinate. I don't know if you can read it.
I can't see it.
This is heavy doomy death metal. Really killer.
Cool.
A 4-song EP. Necrovorus. And mind you, I'm buying this in Utah, okay? And this is a full length by them. It's on Dark Descent Records, which is, as you know, is from Colorado Springs. Same label that has the likes of Oath of Cruelty and so forth. Killer production. Brutal death metal. This is one of the coolest records I've ever purchased as far as packaging. Noisem, a killer grindcore band. That's an actual string that he's threading through his wrist over here. And this is like die cut with a picture that you can exchange out. And I just thought that was too good to be true. And the record is really awesome. And here's one for the t-shirt gang. Pseudo God. This thing is blackened, brutal death metal. I really dig it.
Is that sausage? Is that a pile of sausage at the bottom?
That is a pile of sausage, actually mimicking a dragon. But anyway, this is something so cool. I can't even believe I own it. But there is a band called U.S. Christmas. If you don't know anything about them, look them up. It's kind of like the Verve meets U2, but something super heavier. It's heavy and atmospheric, but this is Eat the Low Dogs. This is a double 200-gram test pressing, 1 of 5, or number 5 of 5. So this had to be one of the band members. I've lost track of them, but U.S. Christmas is so killer. And I have a test pressing, and it sounds unbelievable. But U.S. Christmas, Eat the Low Dogs. And behind me is another thing that I've added. We didn't say just record and releases and so forth. And so I have this killer European Judas Priest poster with Annihilator and Exodus. Now, can you imagine seeing that in some big stadium over in Europe? So I had to get the poster. It looks great. I probably paid a little too much for it, but don't we all say that sometimes when we have to have something? And I've got a stack more, but how much time do we have? Probably not much. Let's see. Anything?
It's all yours, man. Ram jam through it.
Okay, here we go. UFO live in Japan.
Very
British
nice.
pressing. Gary Moore live on
Very
a Japanese
nice.
pressing.
That's a great album.
How about a Mexican version of Chunga's Revenge by Frank Zappa? Killer quality. This is a band. This is a local band called Sons of Faust. And Rob, you know Alberto, our guy that does our vintage stereo recovery. This is a friend of his, and this thing is so cool and ambient. It almost sounds like Osric Tentacles.
I have something funny to say about that to wrap up the show. Go ahead.
Okay. How about a Led Zeppelin 2 Polish promo in mono?
Wow.
This guy used to be one of my customers when I owned Yardworks, a landscape service in Houston, Akeem the Dream Olajuwon, and he put out a record, and it's terrible, but it's Akeem Olajuwon. He's a Hall of Famer.
You have it. That's right.
Yeah. For you death metal fans, ask TJ. He probably knows about Funebarum. I've worn the shirt. This is a copy on red, one of 50 in the world, and this thing is so heinously brutal. It's wonderful. And then Scott, you mentioned Havoc. I love this record. It's a little more progressive. I didn't know what to expect after the last one, which was very experimental. But this thing is so straightforward. And Dave Sanchez and Reese Scruggs write the most killer riffs. The drumming is powerful. The bass lines are great. And anyway, this is on like an ocean blue vinyl.
I need to get that.
It rips. I'm really proud of those guys for that. Insanity. Anybody? Bay Area thrash from 1985. I mean, yes. Can you tell? Bay Area thrash from 1985. This thing rules. And I have a full length from them. The new Memoriam. I think this was also a Taylorsville, Utah thing. This is all the members of Bolt Thrower except for the one guy, and after he passed away, they went on and changed their name to Memoriam.
I think I got some of that on CD in one of the Metalhead boxes, maybe.
Dude, Memoriam rules. If you
familiar.
If you love Bolt Throw, you'll love Memoriam. They carry on that flag. Nema from Ohio, Bring Our Curses Home. This is a black and doom metal, really killer. All right, these three chicks from Brazil, Nervosa. This thing rips. This, if you're not circle pitting in your living room and banging your head at the kitchen sink when you're washing dishes or preparing your dinner, then there's something wrong with you. That is really, really killer. Oh, and look at this. This thing rules. From Scott, thank you very much. I appreciate this. And last but not least, because it's Z, this is a project called Zonal. It's Justin Broderick from Godflesh and Kevin Martin from Ming Midas Sound, and the Bug, and More Mother is the one that's singing. It's like ambient doom with some drone and noise riffing, kind of like if Ozric Tentacles was doing doom metal. But anyway, the fun part of this is that some of this I bought just because of sight unseen. The other thing, as I was telling a friend of mine, I love going to the store because I love it when they ask you, when you go check out, did you find everything you were looking for? And I always tell them the same thing. I didn't know I needed it till I found it. And that's the beauty of going to the record store. So anyway, fun times. And I have a lot more going out than coming in because I'm trying to buy a dryer, but I don't have to anymore.
Don't have to.
Yes.
All right.
The budget just went up.
We have kept Monkey Butt about as long as we can, but I have a confession to make before I sign off.
Oh, I cannot wait.
I got a collection of CDs from our mutual friend Derek Hinesley down in H-Town. That's Houston, Texas. And there were a ton of metal CDs in there, most of them going into my collection. But damn it,
Nice.
there was a freaking Ozric Tentacle CD in there. I guarantee you that's your fault that was in there.
You're exactly right. I remember giving that to Derek.
So
and Arborescence is a rocker.
Yeah, it's a great
I
album.
snagged it. I ripped it. And
what?
I sent Carcass a screenshot the other day when it came up randomized on my phone. So
and what did I tell you? I said your phone is smart because it's trying to send you in the right musical direction.
Well, anyway, so I officially own a piece of Ozric Tentacles music. There you go.
That's a great one to own.
That's it, boys. Anybody
Right,
get
Scott?
parting shots?
That's fantastic. I have it on vinyl and love it.
Nice. Well, we all good?
We're good.
Yeah.
I left you speechless with my Osric Tentacles CD.
I can't believe it. I'm so proud. I feel like a proud papa. I almost want to cry.
I know, right?
It's like it's a breakthrough moment.
Oh man,
It's like when you called your dad and finally said, "Dad, remember what you told me when I was a kid? You were right."
And Lazarus said we need more die cut covers. They lost art nowadays.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I was
that-
on one the
that's
other day
awesome.
for So
You know why though? You know why that is? I mean, you have like a Foghat Live that had those cuts in there, and Foghat Live, their initial printing was 500,000 copies. These
Right.
days, you're pressing 500 to 1,000 copies, and die cutting is expensive. So
Yes, it is.
that's why it's a lost art.
Well, boys, that was it for episode 93. I forgot to tell everybody at the top of the show, you can follow me on Instagram at I am Metal Rob. You can follow Carcass on Instagram at Carcass John Art. Go over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Go to themetalroundtable.com. You can also check out Scott's channel on YouTube by just searching Scott Waters. You
Yep.
can also, if you want to hear new melodic hard rock and heavy metal, you can check me out at deepdallasradio.rocks every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. where I'm playing all those submissions from Frontiers and all those kinds of things. So if you do, I'm going to say Dokken again.
Say Joker.
I mean, it gets heavier than that, but it's a mishmash of a lot of new stuff coming out. The labels have been very supportive to send me digital copies of stuff, which I'm very thankful for. So that's every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. deepdallasradio.rocks, or you can just Google Deep Dallas Radio. That's it, boys. Yeah, I know, Fraser. Carcass is warping my mind. I know. That's it, boys.
Yeah,
We good?
we're good.
All
Thanks,
right. That was
thanks, Monkey
episode
Butt.
93. Until next time.
Neto.
Will.
Breve.
Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.